Adrienne Everheart. I'm a feminine energy dating and relationship coach. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how to get your guy's attention back on you. No matter if you're married, dating, or you've been in a relationship for some time, and there's become a little dullness between you two, maybe you're avoiding each other, not getting as much intimacy, phone calls, texts, and warmth that you want, I'm going to teach you how to get his attention back on you so you can return to that wonderful, loving relationship you once had. If you are new to my channel, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button. I depend on people like you subscribing to my channel to let me know I'm doing a good job on YouTube. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I love to hear from you in the comment section. As you know, relationships go through changes. And you might be in a situation where you've been married for a good long bit, or you're in a relationship and there's been some changes. You can feel it from your man that something is different, and you want to return to how it was in the beginning when the two of you really connected and you were all over each other and having lots of passion, fun, and good conversations. So often how the relationship begins is where we want to continually have it returning. But I want you to understand that relationships evolve and change. You are going to go through seasons with a relationship where you may crave your partner more and your partner needs more distance, or the other way around. So I want you to kind of keep that in the back of your mind, that all you're going through is a season. This is a type of change. And if you're rebuilding, now is such a good time to practice these tools. I want you to stick around to the very end of the video because I'm going to cover a topic that no other coach talks about. And I want you to stick around to the end. I want you to learn these tools I'm going to teach you. Let's start off with a quick recap of feminine energy. If you're new to feminine energy, understand that in every person you have masculine and feminine energy. It's very natural, very normal that we have both. However, sometime when you were a little girl, at some point you began to get praised, not for being in this feeling, receiving body, but being smart and thinking your way through something, solving problems, and actually not being emotional. I talk about my story about how I fell at the zoo when I was a little girl, and I immediately wanted to bust into tears. But I fought back the tears, and I remember breathing really deeply and keeping myself from not crying. And my parents praised me. They were like, "You are so mature. You handled that fall so well, and you really hurt yourself." I learned then, aha, I get praise if I actually don't show my emotions. So you might think to yourself, okay, so you're telling me to be more emotional with my husband? He's already telling me I'm too emotional. There's sharing every thought you have in your head, and there's making him the source of the person who's going to solve all your problems, and him as your therapist in a way. And then there's feminine energy. So I'm going to teach you about feminine energy, which is natural. It's your birthright. A lot of men have feminine energy. You may not be that attracted to them. You want that strong masculine provider who pursues you. I want you to remember the egg and the sperm, how the egg sits and receives and doesn't have to really prove anything to anyone, and the sperm pursues her. Occasionally girls get my videos a little confused and they say, "Adrienne, you're wanting us to change who we are for the man and be this different way so that he will love us." And that's not true at all. This is actually about unzipping your heart and returning to a way of speaking and being that's actually very much part of who you are. But again, we're going back how many years? To when you were a young girl and you were taught to suppress your emotions. So you have gotten out of practice. Worry not. I'm going to teach you how to get back into practice and how this will actually activate a man, activate all the good, wonderful masculine energy that's inside of him so that he will pursue you and give you all of that love, warmth, and tenderness that you desire. The first thing I want to talk about is, what are you focusing on? So often in my free group on Facebook called I Heart Love Academy, or in one of my programs such as Femme for Marriage or Femme Tools for Dating, I hear women ask me about the love language and their attachment style. So I love the book about love languages, and I'm actually very familiar with attachment styles. But I want you to kind of toss all of that out of your thoughts for a little bit, because so often we can be focused on, this is my love language, this is his love language, here's what he's not doing, and here's what I'm doing, but I'm still not getting what I want. And I'm an anxious attachment style. What am I supposed to do because he's not giving me what I want? So sometimes we can get so focused on labels and what it is we're not getting that we forget to see what we are getting. I sometimes joke that a guy doesn't even have to wear a clean shirt. He really doesn't. He doesn't have to put the toilet lid down. He doesn't have to shut a door. He doesn't even have to come home at the end of the day. None of us do, but he does. And when he does any small gesture that's wonderful or that feels good to you, I want you to acknowledge it with warmth. Now again, stay to the end of the video. I'm going to teach you about warmth. I'm going to teach you what it is. But you have to understand that you might be looking for more of the differences that you're having with your man instead of what really is working and what feels really good. So for now, I want you to set aside attachment styles, love languages, and things like this, and stop focusing on picking apart what isn't working. And I want you to begin to notice what is working. What is he doing right? Does he do any small gesture at all that is nice for you? Now, I want you to let him know in a very feminine energy way. Men can catch on really quickly if you lay this on too thick, and that's not what you want to do. You're not saying these things to get him to realize suddenly that he loves you and to make some change or difference because you're saying these things. That's masculine energy. Masculine energy is, I'm doing X to get this result. I want you to begin to do this because it is authentically what you are truly noticing that feels good from your man. So for example, something that Jeff will often do is occasionally he will decide to come around to my side of the car door and open it for me. And every time he does, I always have a nice, wonderful reply, something like, oh, it feels so wonderful, or oh, I feel like you're a little princess, or oh, I feel like I'm on the red carpet right now. I let him know how I feel in my body. He goes through great effort to make sure I have a napkin every night at dinner. He doesn't have to do this, but when he does hand me my napkin, I always let him know, oh, it feels so nice, this napkin's folded so pretty. Or I say something like, it feels so good to be cared for. It feels so nice to be treated special. You see that that feeling statement is about me. It's not about him. It's not telling him, oh, you're so great, and oh, you're so wonderful, and you're the best thing ever. You're not saying it about him. You're letting the man know how you feel inside your body. Ladies, men like to know what we're feeling in our bodies, especially when it's good. And all you have to do is think about your last trip to a bedroom with a man, and you will know they are very much into what you're feeling inside your body. So begin to speak from a place of positive affirmation from your body, and the man will begin to wake up his masculine energy and get activated in a way like nothing else to serve you, to please you, to do for you authentically, not because he feels like he has to. Another way to get his attention back on you is you've got to change your routine. I want you to really hear me on this one, that you are probably in a very predictable routine, which means he comes home from work, you're always at the door, you say, hey honey, how was your day? You guys always watch the same show after dinner, and then you go upstairs and you get ready for bed and you're in a routine. I want you to change up your routine in every way possible. I want you to start with something small, such as, how do you drive home from the grocery store? Just take a different route. Do you brush your teeth with this hand all the time? Try switching to this hand. Switch to different sides of the bed if you can. Change furniture in your house. Change as much as you can. I want you to go to the hair salon and get a new little highlight in your hair, or try a new color of lipstick or blush. Start changing what you're doing. Change it up. If you look in your closet and you're mostly wearing beige, black, and white, I want you to switch to some different colors. Find out what your inner girl likes to wear. What makeup is she really drawn to at the makeup counter? When you let your inner girl have a little more say in your life, you'll realize that inner boy, this stern adult, has been kind of ruling you for some time now. So as you're trying new makeup, trying new clothes, new colors, switching up your routine, I want you to also change how you greet your husband in the morning or in the evenings when he comes home from work or whatever it may be. I want you to let him come to you. Let him find you wherever you are in the house. I am always somewhere in the house when Jeff comes home from work, and he has to holler for me, and I hear him downstairs, hello, hello, and I don't really say anything. I let him come and find me, and when he does, he's caught me. He's activated his masculine energy. I have a really popular video, and I'll post it, about him cub hunting, which is where I head out on my bicycle before him, and he is on his bike doing some super long ride, but he finds me, and I don't tell him where I'm at. He somehow finds me. It's a great way for a man to activate that pursuit. Again, ladies, the sperm pursues the egg, not the other way around. My next step is about just ignoring his moods. So often the complaints I hear from women at my group I Heart Love Academy, or women who have taken my FEM tools for marriage and relationships or dating, please do check out my FEM tools. It's a great way to immerse yourself in feminine energy. One of the things I hear about is that a man is in a mood and he acts disrespectful. So I want you to begin to shift your energy away, again, from something that you don't like. If he's in a mood, I want you to learn how to ignore it. I want you to learn how to ignore it, just let it float on down the river and go about your day. Go do what you want to do. Tell him, say, you know, I'm just not feeling it right now. I'm gonna go for a walk. It's about you. Be nice about it too. This is where you get to be the bigger person, the better person, because that's what feminine energy is about. It's not about, you know, both of you putting up your dukes and battling each other like two rams on a mountaintop. It's about, you know what, I'm a girl. I don't like how this feels in my body. I'm gonna go do something else. Now, you don't say that exactly, but that's essentially what you're doing, is like, I want to go have fun, go do something else. Hop in your car, go get a fancy coffee drink and go visit one of your girlfriends, or go shopping or browse some shops, or go for a walk or exercise, pick up a new hobby, do something so that your energy and your focus isn't all over the man when his moods are not as you want them to be. Ladies, it would be great if we lived in a world where our partners were always in the right mood or said things the right way, but it's just not reality. So I want you to learn how to activate your feminine energy instead of challenging him in your masculine energy to behave the way you need him to do. I want you to just let him be a man. Let him behave the way sometimes men do. And I want you to take care of yourself, take care of your pets, take care of your children. Do what's important for you in that moment. My next tip is about accepting arrows. Now, a lot of women get this confused with flirting in a way to have a sexual encounter with someone. Let me put it out there right now. This is not about flirting to someone and going home and sleeping with them. It's about receiving an arrow. What is an arrow? An arrow is when a man notices you. And all day long, men are noticing women. It's part of their DNA, it's part of their nature, it's what fuels us all, this energy. Do you not notice people when you're out and about? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe a lot of people are noticing you, but you're so zipped up and you're so hardened on the outside that you're not even aware of all this wonderful energy that's coming your way. The secret behind accepting arrows is that it actually pumps up your feminine energy when you accept arrows, and it becomes kind of like a snowball going down a hill. The more arrows you accept, the more you receive. It's a wonderful phenomenon. So moving on into the next tip, I'm still going to talk about arrows, but I want you to understand what you can do to begin to expand your energy in a way that you invite more arrows your way. So we talked a little bit about being closed down and having this wall up around you that you're not supposed to flirt. You're not supposed to look another man in the eye. When a man sends you an arrow and he's like, oh, hello, like you're attractive, or he notices, I want you to just smile. just smile and shrug it off. It never fails. I have someone talk to me when I go get a coffee or something like this, and I'm always head tilt and smile. You can smile with your eyes. Oh, I love the head nod. An attractive guy will be coming my way and he'll be looking at me and I'll be like, received. I'm receiving your arrow. It makes him feel good, it makes you feel good, and boom, skyrocket. You have way more masculine, feminine energy exchange. Guys are taking a huge risk to send women arrows, and you want to know why? It makes them feel so good to tell a woman how amazing she looks. They feel amazing for hours. It fuels them, and it will fuel you too. And when you come home, or when you get around your boyfriend or your husband, he will smell that on you. It never fails. When I am really receiving arrows out of nowhere, my husband will just text me and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know how much I love you and how beautiful you look today. Ladies, they can feel it. Now, if this has happened to you, please comment below, because it's happened so much that the more arrows you receive, the more you will get. Now, some of you may say, I don't want my man to send another woman arrows. A little bit of light flirting in a way where they're just sending a little arrow, just letting you know, like, that is nice, that looks good, that's pretty, I can't control my eyes, I'm attracted to you in that instant. And that's just the reality of masculine and feminine energy. We are constantly bumping into each other and really getting a charge off of one another. Who you go home with and sleep with at the end of the day, that is always a choice you make, all right? So I know I've really maybe gone over a little bit here about receiving arrows, but I always get a lot of confused posts about it. So I wanted to get really clear. Now it's time for my final step, my final tip for you to really get your man activated and chasing you again and pursuing you. And this is about warmth. Now, before you turn off this video and go, I know how to be warm, I want you to hear me about this. This is something I teach you in all of my programs. I teach it in FEM. I talk about it in 500 Ways to Talk to a Man, and also in New Man Manifesto, and the ABCs to get him back. I have a lot of programs where you can go deeper into this, because it takes hearing it over and over again to kind of really acclimate your energy and who you are as a woman today with your inner girl who really you kind of abandoned years ago. So I want you to understand the concept of warmth. Warmth is something that women can do and men can do as well. I'm sure you've experienced a woman in your life who is just warm. They create this space for you. There's no expectations. They don't judge you. They're not here to hand out advice. They don't really problem solve, but they have a warm openness to them, and you can feel it. Maybe you can feel it from me coming right through this camera to you, that I accept you however you show up. I'm warm, I'm open, I have an energy that is non-judging. Come as you are. I'm just here to spend time with you. That is warmth. How do you get warmth? I want you to unzip your heart. I want you to really imagine all these layers of iron and steel that you have been keeping around your heart, and unzip it and pull it apart and walk around showing people your red beating heart. I want you to learn how to relax the muscles from your waist down. Allow your hips to widen, wiggle into the back of your seat. Let your body relax down there instead of being so tight and clenched up. Allow the walls of your birth canal to widen. Just imagine them widening and really opening up and creating space for a man. This is a place, this is how you receive that energy from a man. This is how a man fills you up, does he not? So we want to create this space for him to have a place in your life to fill up, you see. So I want you to begin to focus on this energy, learn how to receive those arrows, and when your man comes to you with no matter what the little gesture is, warmly receive it and really, really get him, really get him like no other woman. Listen to him. Instead of, that's not what I wanted you to say, that's not what I want to hear, I want you to instead hear what he is saying and really get him. Really understand how he must be feeling, okay? So goodwill begets goodwill. When you are open and you have your heart open and you're not judging and you're ready to try again and you want to make things work, have that in your own energy. If you want to receive something, sometimes you have to do it first, even if only for yourself. If you want more love, create more love. Create more love in your thoughts you're thinking and in the way you're doing things, and making sure you're creating this atmosphere to receive and have love that you want in your relationship. All right, ladies, I hope this video has been super helpful for you. As always, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a little thumbs up, a like, and I love to hear from you in the comment section. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment, head on over to my website, look at some of my programs, see if you would like to go deeper with a self-study program. I really recommend everyone have my ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It comes with a 2-day video class that teaches you more about how to speak so a man really, truly hears you. This is the big difference, is you want him to hear you, you want him to get activated in his masculine energy so that you can sit back and rest comfortably and receive in your feminine energy. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Sending you much love today and always. Mwah. Bye-bye.